MBPFishing. Welcome back to our channel. Yes, this is our channel, folks. I would not be able to make a channel. I would not even have a channel if it wasn't for you folks. Appreciate you coming in. As the title says, happy Friday, my friends. And look, our corner has finally unthawed. Can you believe it? Don't have to fish by that crowded fountain anymore. Well, at least for a while, right? Until the stuff freezes back up. I'm sure it's better over there by the fountain, but to be honest, I'd rather fish a little harder fish and you know, have a little bit more peaceful of a trip. Appreciate you guys coming in. We've got one rod with corn here, and we've got gonna cast around some artificials over here. I just got a little rooster tail on right now, folks. Check it out. We've got a little bumblebee color on. Don't know if it'll work, but don't know work unless we try it. Temperature's about 32 degrees, 33 degrees, right above freezing, so it's not exactly comfortable. Luckily, there's not that much wind, so at least got that going for us. I don't see a lot working up down here, but that doesn't mean that they're not down here. I like to let that sink down the bottom first, because these trout tend to, unless there's something pulling under the surface, they tend to roam a lot right by the bottom. And I know working the rooster tail is kind of tricky near the bottom, because they're always bouncing at the bottom. Getting snagged in a lot of stuff. But it's really the only real effective way to work it. Now you can jig it around sometimes too. You can also do a number of different techniques to kind of increase your chance of getting it right. Just speed it up, slow it down, speed it up, slow it down. Those kind of techniques, they work sometimes, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they work, but they're no difference than the usual way you work it. Hang on, folks, I'll get to that cat. Just gonna make a few casts out here first, and we've got our first stick bass. Yeah, this catch and release only on stick bass. They too chewy. Yeah, that's our first stick bass of the day, folks. Bye-bye. See you. Stick bass don't get thank yous. Yeah, I seem to be the only person on this lake, actually. Everyone else seems to have quit. The temperature's not great right now, folks. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to take her, but that's another reason why I chose to cast the rooster tail, so I can fish on. Oh, popped off. Dang it, really? Man, that was a nice one. Ah, I should have. Dang it, I should have let that one pull. Ah, one popped out on me, folks. Man. That was the softest of strikes. It just felt like I hit the bottom. Man. At least we know there's one fish down here in this cove active. I have one on. Popped off on me. Let me know if that little bit of wind is bothering you folks. I can't put a wind block on. missed our first fish. Man, that was a nice one too. He's pulling pretty good. I don't know if the rooster tail don't work. I can always put on one of Steve Turner's jig heads and try it around here. A lot of different techniques we can try, folks. We just got to kind of keep moving right now with these temps. I seem to be the only person on the lake right now. Apparently, a lot of these trout have shut down for folks, and they've been caught out. We've had a number of poachers down here taking way more than their limits recently, so they're doing it again. They like to come down here, catch 15, 20 of them, fill up the backs of their trunks, and come home, drop them off, and do it again and again, and then they wonder why a week later there's no fish left. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it kind of works. I wish I'd have hooked that fish real better. He must have just nosed up at it and got him on the nostril or something. They like doing that with these trout. They will smack those rooster tails and just kind of not hook themselves. They'll get it right on the tips of the nose. Let me refresh this corn and I'll check that shaft. I also want to cast it over here where I missed that bite. Where I missed that strike. Hopefully he'll come back and hit a little corn. That's another thing I do when the fishing pressure gets pretty bad down here and you start running out of trout. I will focalize on fish. Like I'll cast around until I find some actively feeding fish, or at least where I know that there are some fish. And then I'll focus down on that particular location. All right, that looks pretty good. Let's check that chat, see what's going on, my friends. All right. Get on to YouTube here. Yeah, we already had one. Yeah, we already had one, my friends. And there we are, folks. Hey, what's going on? Happy Friday, my friends. Happy Friday. Let's see, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Chris. What's going on? Chris says, Mr. MVP. Lisa says, hey, hope you're well. I'm doing okay, Lisa. It's a little cool out here, but I'm making do. We already have one trout hooked over here. He popped off on us. We can fish our cove again. The coves are the way we can fish down here is in a little bit of peace. Let's see. Lisa says, here, fishy, fishy. Let's see, Rod Wilson, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Rod Wilson says, good afternoon, MVP. Let's see, False North. Jason. Hi, Jason. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Fishy Fingers Jackson is in the house. What's going on, Fishy Fingers Jackson? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. And see Red Bricks, what's going on? Stopping to give you a thumbs up. Stay warm and fish on. Appreciate that, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Care Bear. Hi, Care Bear. Another awesome supporter to the channel. Came over from Miss Daisy's live feeds. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Let's see, Vince, what's going on? Vince says, if you're seeing people, do they haven't you turned them into the game warden? I've called them on multiple occasions, and I know other people have too. That's all we can do. I waited down here an hour and a half the last time, and I had a buddy of mine, Chris, do the exact same thing. There's not much more we can do about it. You can use bait for trout at lakes that are catch and keep. This is a catch and keep lake. You can keep four daily, 8 creel limit, which basically means you can keep 4, go home, take those home, catch another 4, bring them back home, but you got to use up at least 4 of those trout to come back down and catch some more. Now, you do have to have a trout stamp and a fishing license to do that. Let's see, True, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Different rules for different locations. Now, Jefferson Lake is a catch and release artificials only. Nothing with any type of scent. Let's see, Seth Johnson, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Let's see, Gary, what's going on? Gary says hello from Maine. Let's see, Seth with the message retracted. Let's see, Vince says, Lacey Gay. Yeah. Or, you know, kind of smart. I mean, I wouldn't risk the kind of stuff that goes on down here either. Let's see, Corey, what's going on? Corey says, hi, mate. Let's see, Seth says, hey, Corey. Let's see, Corey says, hey, Seth. Seth says, hey, Vince. Let's see, Vince says, I live in St. Louis. Well, come down here and fish in O'Fallon Park. I mean, O'Fallon Park, I believe Carondelet is also a catch and keep lake. Yeah, they stock different types of trout in this lake is, oh, yeah, that corn was clean. Yeah, that was definitely a bite. Yeah, that was definitely a bite, folks. That little stinker clean that hook off. Good. Tell you what, let's get back to some casting with this rooster tail. Man, I'm pumped up. That third cast, I had one hook. That was a big one too. It wasn't those little pound and 2 pound ones. That felt like one of those big 7 or 8 pounders they threw in here. Because he was pulling drag. Hey, what's going on? Bite. Aw, you stinker. And we got an active one, folks, over here. It's probably that one I missed. This has got my hand shaking, folks. Because that one I had up to the surface, that was like that. That almost looked like a brown trout. I ain't got a lot of corn. I only got a little bit left in my can, so. There's a few back here, but at least we know these guys aren't being fished for much, right? A little bit on the corn. That one I missed, that big one was on a rooster tail, though. I just had him hooked for a minute. He must have just nosed up at it. Man, that looked like one of those big brown trout they stocked in here, I think. He's pulling drag. He was. That line went zzz, zzz, and popped off. And temperature's about what? 32, 33 degrees. It's just above freezing. And I'm so glad this corner is back open. I really am. I don't mind if there's less fish down here. A lot less fishing pressure. Come on, buddy. Do that again. He hit it on the way down. So let's see if he does it again. Maybe not going to do it that time. Right in the middle of taking that rooster tail cast. Grabbed onto that corn. One of the bad things about casting a rooster tail is, unfortunately, you get this muck on your line. Yeah, this is my new little $10 Walmart combo. You'd be amazed at how these little cheap rod and reel combos work. Ah, snagged up. I thought I had one on. There's a lot of this stuff. We had a tornado come in down here, so it kind of knocked up a lot of trees and stuff. So unfortunately, we got a lot new structure to deal with down here. Tell you what, I'm gonna take one more cast with this, and I'm gonna refresh that corn rod. Let's take a cast out deep. What the heck? Sometimes they'll be sitting out there deep, and they'll follow the bait in all the way to the bank before they wind up hitting it. You gotta take multiple casts out there to let them get a chance to look at it. By deep, I mean like further out there from the bank. It's not actually any deeper in this lake. Let's just corn, and I'll check that too. Another little trick about fishing with bait. Never reel your line in fast. And nice and slow. Sometimes they'll hit it on the way in. It's good. Check that chat, see what's going on. Let's see, says events. Let's see, 34 people in, 27 thumbs up. That's awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've got a lot of crap piling up on my cell phone again. Here we go. Let's see, Seth says 14,000. Awesome, my friend. Let's see, Corey says, you're welcome, mate. Let's see, go to channel on this one. Let's see, Ali, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Ali says hi. I saw that, pick that line up. I saw that. Let's see, Eno, what's going on? Eno says hi. And Pierre Coops. Pierre Coops, what's going on? Pierre Coops says with the thumbs up. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. You guys are having a great Friday. And the weekend has finally come. Yeah, I got hot hands in my pocket, but they're not really helping. Picked it up once and dropped it. Now I won't touch it again. Yeah, I think I know why. Yep. These trout are very finicky when it comes to using actual bait. Even if you got like a little bit of like stick or stuff on them, they won't touch it. And I'm sure we can catch them over there by the fountain, but it gets a little crowded over there. So I'd like to try this corner. This cove is so much more peaceful. Alrighty. Let's make sure I set that chat so I know where I am. If you ever do a live feed and you need to make sure that your chat is just pause in the right spot, just scroll up a little bit. That will lock it in place, and that way you can start chat right where you left it. I got plenty of colors on rooster tails too. I might try a little chrome blue here. Bumblebee was just an idea. It's one of my favorite colors to use. Just one of the ones I like to start off with. I do so hate using gloves. These sticks can be a nuisance down here after that tornado. There was a lot of little sticks on the bottom that like to grab onto anything with a treble hook. don't get any bites here, we can move around. There's plenty of cold down here we can try. And that's, see what happens with it. You just get a little piece of gunk on there like that, and they won't touch it. There's a bite on corn. Come on, buddy. Man, he picked it up. He was running with it. Got off, popped off. Again with that. Man. I had him again. He grabbed it and he was running in with it. It's amazing you can miss a fish that's got the bait in his mouth for sure. That's a big one. I want that at the very end. There. I think this one will be good. Alrighty. You don't get much of a bite on these. Basically, all they do is just pick it up and either peck it, and once they feel that rod tip, they let go, or they'll grab it and start running in with it. And I gotta get them quick because I don't want them to swallow the hook. Because anyone that swallows the hook is going to be on my limit. Because you know you're only allowed, what is it, 4 down here. Once you got that 4, you got to quit. So I like to catch and release them when I can. And I got crap on it. There we go. Might be a different color day, folks. I don't know. This Bumblebee was just my starting color. Might be a day for crappie jig too, working it around these edges. We got a while to figure it out. The sucker keeps hitting right there, but sure, after he smacked that rooster tail once, we can hit it a second time. Now he's got a taste for corn. He's just sitting out there eating my corn. I think I'm gonna go half of the yellow before I keep going. I see him hitting it. Yeah, I saw that line tighten again. He had it, dropped it. Again, he was just sitting there with it. Man, this little stinker is tough. Got him. Got him. Oh, that's why. One more trout. Hey, buddy. Ah. Hey. Yeah, that's why I like to use the jig heads, because you didn't swallow the hook. Notice that? A lot of times when you're using bait, these guys will swallow the hook really fast. So when you use like a jig head or something, they don't swallow the hook on you. That's our first fish of the day, a gorgeous one, folks. Look at those colors. And I try not to hold them too much by the body. I'm catch and release pretty much, so try to hold them by the mouth. Try not to dislocate that jaw. Just put just enough pressure to hold them steady for you guys to check out. Get them back in the water for someone else to catch. All right, let's get them in here close up. Just a beautiful fish, folks. Look at those spots, pinks and greens. Just a gorgeous rainbow trout. Look at that back tail with that beautiful spots. Gotta love it, folks. And the temperature is like 35 degrees out here. No worries about these fish getting, sick out here. All right, girl. See ya. Thank you. You just went. Bye-bye. That was a nice first fish, folks. Yeah, I see what's wrong now, folks. My hook's bent down a bit. Just a little bit. It's all it's necessary. These are crappie hooks with very thin wire. That was on one of Steve Turner's jig heads, at least. One of his bare ones that he uses for his soft plastics. Now I'll use them for his soft plastics too, but I'll also use them for bait too. I'll use them down on the river for worm, minnows, cut bait. They're very, very effective. You've got to be kidding me. What the heck? You know what? We're getting ice forming on the line. That's nice. Mine just didn't cast there. We haven't got a lot of corn, so we're going to have to be very, very careful with the way we use it. That's just stuck in there, ain't it? Okay. Check that chat. Got some gunk on the screen here. Better. What was that, like 60%? I guess it's at 0. I don't know why it went to 0. I've been having trouble with this cell phone recently. Seems to be discharging. Fortunately, that means we're gonna have to put this on the charger. That's gonna be entertaining to do. I'm gonna give that a minute to get some things in, huh? While we're waiting for that to get, it's a cheap burner phone. It's not designed to come out in bitter cold temperatures. Yeah, it's a cheap little track phone, but it gets the job done. I've got hot hands in here. Hopefully that'll unthaw my hands. Let that cell phone get a little bit of juice in there, and then I'll come check that chat. A little bit of crud on there. Okay. No skunk on the feed, no skunk for sure. Probably 2 trout there, one 7 pounds and one a pound, and I wind up catching a pounder. The regulations are different from location to location as far as trout fishing is concerned. Most areas are catch and keep. We've got certain areas that they put particular trout in that they raise those trout differently. They're more like, they like to hit artificials more. Might be time to switch up this color to like chrome. More natural color. No, bumblebee is a very natural color, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That was a pop, man. That was a strike. Had him for a second. Didn't really get to set the hook on him. He just nipped and nipped and let go. Yeah, that's kind of the reason why I didn't want to fish that fountain, because every few minutes you've got people coming in and going and coming and going and coming and going. It's pretty hectic down there. While down here you kind of get to fish a little bit more in peace. One more cast with this and I'm going to switch up colors. I wonder what put her. A little further out than that. I guess that'll do. I think we're going to switch up colors. Now let's use our backup cell phone. We've got it. Hopefully enough to turn on at least right. I mean, that unplugged itself. Seriously. That's another reason why I have trouble with this backup cell phone. The plug will unplug itself. It'll push itself right out. Oh. Tell you what, let's see if I can read the chat here. Oh, yeah. Let's see. 20 people in, 41 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Fishy Fingers Jackson. And Sebastian, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're just going to have to start way up here. Let's see. Care Bear. We're just waiting for this stupid thing to turn back on. I could do this like this. Let's see, Range, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Let's see, Corey. Let's see, Seth, where was I in chat here? Let's see, Seth. Let's see, Figure. Let's see. Hey. Sorry, folks. We're going to have to wait for our backup cell phone to get some juice in her. And there we are. She's turned back on at least, so. She's down to like 1%, but being plugged into the battery extender should allow her to get back on feed. I do not want that. All right, here we go. All right. Let's see, Fat Cat, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. Let's see, Terry, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Let's see, somebody really. How you doing, somebody really? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Let's see, Sebastian. Let's see, Richard, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. All right, I think this is good. We're gonna let this soak up some juice and get back to fishing. Just make sure this is not unplugged on me. All right, she's at 2%. Let's give her some time to get some juice in her. I'm gonna switch up colors on this rooster tail, like I said. Let's refresh this corn rod. Obviously, it definitely got a fish, so. Oh, that one popped it when I was reeling it in. Got him. Got him. Come back and got it a second time. Remember what I said about when you're reeling it in? They'll hit sometimes. Oh, there he goes. Dang it. I should have just pulled that one in. Oh, well. That's a nice fish again, though, folks. Dang it, I wish I'd have gotten that one. Yeah, this hook keeps bending out. I might have to put a new one on. Yeah, he popped it on the way in, and then I dropped it, and then he grabbed it on the way down. That fish was really close to the bank. Makes me kind of wonder if I should put on like a crappie jig or something. Bright coloration on her or something. Yeah. All right, there we go, folks. That's back. I might put a little crappie jig on him. That fish definitely hit on the reel end. Nope. Yeah, the drags on these cheaper reels, they stink. Takes them forever to break in, and by the time you break them in, yeah, they're already ready to break. I still want to try this little chrome first before I go to a. I could try a little silver. Very natural, bright color. Maybe these guys are in here chasing stuff. This corner does have a lot of like small fish and fry and other things hiding in the leaves, so a lot of times they'll come in here for an easy meal during the winter. Wind up they eating a lot of the smaller fish, but what are you gonna do? It's a trout stocking lake, not a bass lake or a crappie lake. Hey, what's going on?
Not much. Just out here checking on the fishermen.
What's going on? Do you see my license?
Yes, sir.
Hang on, folks. I'm gonna have to get off the feed here. It's on my cell phone. Does that work?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. You can record.
All right. Hang on, folks. I'm gonna have to get off here. We're back. Sorry about that.
That's fine.
All right. You have a good day. Okay.
You too.
I just had to have my stuff checked, folks. everything's up to date. Unfortunately, I didn't know how to log into my account to check my fishing license. But yeah, he was very good about that. He knew how to get onto that application much easier than I did. I'm glad to see someone out here. I'm definitely glad to see someone out here. Yeah, like I said, I'm strictly catch and release, so let's go back and check that chat. Sorry about that, folks. I had to have my license checked. You know, it's better to have them out here and checking than not. For sure, right, folks? Where I put my cigarette? I don't want to mention that on feed. Did I? Oh, I do. There they are. Yeah, we're strictly catch and release, folks. So had to have that license checked. No worries, right? Alrighty. I'm gonna have to refresh her, unfortunately, which means I'm gonna lose my place in chat here. Let's see. Sebastian says MVP. Yo, sorry about that, folks. I had to have a couple minutes to get my license checked. Let's see, Miss Giggy, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Care Bear says, Seth. Yep, got that. I do appreciate that, Care Bear. Let's see, Fat Cat says hello. Let's see, Miss Giggy. Oh, Dorothy. Appreciate you coming in, Dorothy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Alaskan, what's going on? Alaskan says MVP, yo. Let's see, Alaskan says, somebody, how's it going? Let's see, Alaskan says, hey, Seth. Let's see, Miss Giggy says AAA. Let's see, Michael, what's going on? Michael says, good afternoon from Canada. Appreciate you coming in, my friends. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. Yeah, we were off the feed for a minute there. I had to get my license checked. Ooh, fight. Missed him. Miss. Missed that little stinker, didn't I? All right, there we go. Back in. We're still getting bites, folks. That's what counts. That's what counts, folks. That little stinker was popping it too there. Yeah, unfortunately, we can only use one rod at a time with the conservation agent down here. So whenever I use a rooster tail, I have to reel the other line in, but that's okay. Turn off this line. That kind of explains why there's not 30 people down there by that fountain. Evidently, they finally came down here and started checking. That's pretty good. And that'll be ready to take some casts. Right. Got him. Popped off. Dang it. That was a miss, folks. That was a miss on my part. That's the reason why I use the crappie jig instead of the bear hook, because they rarely ever swallow the crappie jig. I don't know why. I guess they get up to that hook and they feel that little bit of weight on there. They just don't want to hit it. Just 3 little kernels of corn on there. Very, very effective. And then hit the line again. I hate it when it does that. Ain't got enough corn to be doing that with today. It's getting kind of cold out here, folks. Hands are already starting to go numb. I'm trying though. I've got my hands on pockets as much as I can. I've got 3 layers of clothing on. And I'm still getting cold out here. Alright, that looks good. Yeah, it looks good, my friends. That's good. Alright. I think corn's going to be our trick for today, folks. Definitely going to be our trick for today. Just let me know if that wind's bothering you folks. I can't put up a wind block. Not a lot of wind right now, folks, but that stuff is cold. Ooh, that stuff is cold. Didn't hit it on that time. Might have to reel it and recast. Racket out there, aren't they? That's pretty good. Must have missed it on the way down there. Let me go check that chat, see what's going on. Yeah, our cell phone's plugged into the battery extenders right now, folks. So I've gotta do this stuff behind the camera rather than in front of it. gonna make me refresh again. Let's see, Michael. Let's see, Gare Bear says, have a blessed day. Let's see, Michael says, looks beautiful there. You're lucky no snow. Well, there was snow. It's melted. We had about 2 feet of snow, and part of the snow the ground was just a little bit too warm, so half of it it melted, and the other half, yeah, it's finally melted now. Let's see, MD Saddam, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you guys are having a great Friday, my friends. Let's see, Northstorm, what's going on? Says, good luck out there, MVP. You're a fishing warrior elite. I think I'm just stubborn. Let's see, Jeremy, what's going on? Jeremy says hello from feeding an outbass of North Dakota. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Let's see, Jerry, what's going on? Appreciate it. I hope you guys are having a great Friday. Let's see, says, hey, Jeremy. Let's see, Jeremy, yeah, we had over 2 feet. Half of it came down. It unthawed when it hit. It, melted. And there's a bite on it. Hey, buddy. Got him. Got him. Fish on, folks. That's our second on feed. Let's see if I can land this one. Come here, buddy. And that's why I love those jig heads. Even though we're using bait, that fish did not swallow that hook. Come on, buddy. Come on. I don't want to dislocate your jaw. Come on. Get that hook out of you. There we go. Get him held pretty good. That way we're not hurting this fish. And that's our second of the day. Whoa. Almost fell in there. Wouldn't be my first time falling in this lake, and probably is not going to be the last. And that's our second of the day. Boy, that's a gorgeous trout there, folks. Look at those oranges and spots, and just gorgeous. There we go. That's a better hold on that fish. Way we don't hurt her. I'm trying not to touch the body as little as possible. Catch and release. That way we'll let someone else catch him and have him for them. Let's get her in close. Yeah, that's a gorgeous rainbow trout there, folks. Yeah, I see we were off feed on slightly there on angle, but I got her now. Look at those gorgeous spots, and just a beautiful rainbow trout. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Good day there. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's get this rod back out and I'll check that trap. Yeah, a lot of goofers coming in today, huh? Yeah, the last couple of days we've been having like really bad wind and drizzle. We had drizzle, rain, and ice yesterday because it was like 31 degrees. So it was right at the freezing temperature. So luckily the ground is like 35 or 36 degrees, so none of it's stuck. But man, it has been one brutal winter so far, folks. Yeah, there's still quite a bit of snow in a few locations if you look. Like over here by the side of the building, still hasn't unthawed yet all the way. Not much anywhere else as far as snow where I can see it. Oh, there's some over there by the hollows over there. There's those low-lying areas there. Don't get as much heat, so man, that cast stuck. That's 1/16 ounce jig head. It's just perfect, but I need like 4-pound test to cast this, and I've got 6. So the only reason why I got 6-pound test on, because they stock some really big ones in here. I would not be able to land a 7 or 8 pound rainbow trout on 4-pound test. I could do it. It's just, whoo, that would be a tough one, folks. My hands in my pockets. Whew, that stuff's cool out here. Woohoo. And our battery's up to 9%. Let's see, North Storm says Maniac. NJ Maniac, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Hi, Mark. Appreciate you coming in. I hope you had a great day. I saw you catching, I believe that was a yellow perch this morning. I dropped a like. I had a lot of stuff to do to be able to get out on feed today, so. Let's see, Maniac says, hey, Seth. Let's see, Northstrom says, hey, Maniac. Let's see, Les, what's going on? Les says MVP. Appreciate you coming in, my friends. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. Let's see, Seth says, hey, NJ. Let's see. Northstrom says, nice. Don't fall in, brother. I was close there, wasn't I? I was like, I was that close. Yeah, just pretty close. I was pretty close there, folks. See, North Storm, Miss Giggy. Let's see, 15 people in. Let's see, and 56 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. I appreciate that, my friends. And I scrolled to the wrong cell phone again. I did that. Oops. Let's see. Les says Miss Giggy. Let's see. Les says Kevin. Let's see. Dan, what's going on? Dan, yes, Dan says hi. Says, hey, Dan. All right, let's get back to the fishing, folks. I got to get my gloves back out. My hands are starting to get too cold again. Man, this stuff's cold. That's right. I see him. Got him. Fish on, folks. Fish on. Well, that's a little stinker. Woohoo! That's like a 13 3/4. Yeah. He's swallowing my hook, so I'm gonna have to give him the hook. Alright, buddy. Yeah, this one got a little blood on him, folks, so I'm gonna have to. Well, he's okay. He'll be okay, folks. Yeah, that's a little farting there, buddies. That's our third on the feed. He got a little blood on him. We're gonna get it back in the water here real quick. Get that blood stopped. See you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna have to get a new jig head out. He's swallowed our jig head. Every once in a while, you'll have one do it, but not very often. Glad that happened before my hands got too cold. Once my hands get really cold, I ain't gonna be able to feel it enough to retie. I'll be back right on feed here in just a minute, folks. I'm looking through my little cropping man box trying to find a hook on my side. Big. It's hard to get your fingers on these things. Your hands get so cold. You can't really feel them. Alright, we got a new jig head. Every once in a while they'll swallow that jig head, but not very often. I mean, I've had that jig head on for probably a month now. That's the first fish that actually swallowed it on me. That's a quick way to cut the line if you don't have a knife or something around, folks. Just drag it on some concrete real quick. That'll cut pretty much, 100-pound test pretty quick. And this is 6-pound test, so it cuts pretty dang quick. Give me a minute here, folks. It's tough to tie a hook when your hands are half frozen. Alright. Hook's tied, I just need to trim that line. Pretty cold out here, folks. Dang cold. There you go. Line trim. We got a new jig head on. Boy, these guys are coming in. Yeah, the geese are pretty tame down here. So we caught 3 on the feed. We've only caught 1 on artificial slope. The other 2 were on corn. So that's kind of the way it is right now there. That's why I got my license checked. They've been really poaching this lake pretty bad recently. And that's going to call the conservation down here. That's a pretty good cast. Alright, let's get our gloves. I'm going to sit behind the camera for a minute. Get my hands warm. Oh boy. Let's see, 19 people in. Awesome, folks. And let's see, 58 thumbs up. Incredible. Let's see, Seth. Let's see, Cast and Card. What's going on? Cast and Card says MVP. Seth says Cast. Let's see, Seth with the highs. Let's see, Randall. What's going on? Randall says Bike Brother. Appreciate you coming in, my friends. Hope you're having a great Friday. Let's see, Seth says Cast. And let's see, Seth says Purnell. And Seth says hello again. The only way I can get my hands warm is sitting back here with my gloves on right behind you guys. Yeah, I actually had my license checked today. I mean, it took them 24 hours to get down here, but they made it down here. He had to check, I've got mine on the application, right? So we had to check that way. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to log in. Seriously, I didn't know how to log into the dang thing. You had to do it. Let's see, 21 people in. Are we a little pixelated? I can't really tell. Let's see, Casting Sarge says, "What's up, dude?" We're down here trout fishing. The water temperature's the air temperature's about 35 degrees. Not a lot of wind. We caught 3 so far. One steady 1.5-pound rainbow trout. Another one about 1 pound, and that last one maybe about 1/2 pound on that one. Wow, man, them guys are like ducking cover. Sheesh. Do not look up when they're flying over. Yeah, I wonder why there wasn't many people fishing today. Apparently, out of the 19 or 20 people that fish this lake, I and a guy to my right are the only two people with fishing licenses. That's not really something I wouldn't expect. I mean, it only costs $14, and every fish you catch down here is going to pay for your fishing license, but no one wants to buy their fishing licenses. I don't get it. It's one of those things that makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. Just go online, download the thing, spend $14 and get yourself a fishing license. That way you can fish all year long. It takes you like 60 seconds. That guy was pretty cool. He knew how to get that application up. I didn't. Duck! Oh, goose! Ah! Goose droppings! Seriously? I'm glad I didn't look up. There's like dots behind that. Gross. That was gross, man. That was a pop. I had him. He just grabbed it and let go. Dang it. He had it there for a second. Man, they're nipping at it out there. They're not really fully grabbing the rooster tail. Get off. I used to bomb this out middle of the lake. There's structure out here now after those tornadoes that hit. There's a lot of trees and stuff out here now. Up here, it's hot water that time. Maybe I'm moving this a little too slow. That last one hit it moved faster. I don't mind getting checked by the conservation agent. I've got all my stuff up to date. Kind of dumb to make a living fishing and not have a fishing license, right, folks? Of quite literally, the first day I go out fishing, I catch enough fish times 10 to be able to pay for my fishing license. So why wouldn't you buy your fishing license? That's what they're doing. Animal control or something. I don't know what they're doing. It's pretty good. Back and check that chat. So my coffee might be a little warm, but it's a little warm. Let's see, what we have in. Let's see. So far, name, what's going on? So far, name says, how's it going? And we've caught 3 on the feed so far. 3 nice rainbow trout. One about 1.5 pounds, one about 1 pound, and another one about 0.5 pound. Temperature's about 35 degrees, so it's pretty cool out here. And we got our fishing license checked by the Missouri Department of Conservation. We were off feed for about 2 or 3 minutes there while he checked, make sure everything was up to date. Let's see, 10 people still in. Let's see, and 61 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Scott, what's going on? Scott says, yo, MVP. And chat, what's up? Any fish today? Yeah, we've caught 3 so far on the feed. Missed a whole bunch more. I mean, I've had 2 hooked on the rooster tail and they popped off. I've caught 1 on rooster tail and 2 on corn. One of them was a beautiful trout, too, about 1.5 pounds. We're having trouble with our backup cell phone right now. It's discharging way too quickly. These temperatures are just messing with our equipment. Let's see, Scott says awesome. Hope you're having a great Friday, Scott. Let's get back to some fishing. Besides me, everyone else was driven off the lake because apparently I'm the only one with a fishing license. This silver, not working either. Trying to figure out the right color. The only thing I've actually had a good strike on has been bumblebee. So it's got to be a darker, natural flavor coloration right now. You guys know we've had pretty good luck on chrome blue down here in this lake recently. Might just pick her up and start casting with a rooster tail around here. Rooster tail, crappie jig, I'm not sure. Tell you what, we might actually do that is put a crappie jig on this one rod and keep a rooster tail on this one. Just do some artificial casting for a while. I've been meaning to try a body camera style with a cell phone. I figured out I can hold the camera in my pocket and it holds like a body camera for the most part. Assuming I don't fall over, because they don't fall out of my pocket. Actually, I can't do it with these overalls on. I just realized that. Chrome blue seem to have been working pretty good for. I'll probably switch that up here in a minute. We'll just start working over here this the shoreline to the right. This one hot pack is at least keeping one of my hands from freezing. Now the other one's getting pretty cold, but I need it open because I can't cast with a glove on. I think it might be time. I haven't done like a artificials for a while. And this one's already rigged up. All I need is a bobber put on it. And clean. Stinker. Must be one still out there. All right, we're going to take one more cast with the corn before we switch to artificials completely. Mind you, I've caught a lot of fish on this one already. So this one's already been torn up pretty good. It's been bent out a dozen times already. Yeah, it's supposed to get much colder in the next couple days, folks. So it's supposed to get warmer next week, but this lake's probably going to freeze almost solid very soon. I hate it when I do that. You can tell my fingers are going numb when I get a tie hook on. It's on, folks. It's on. Stop fishing with corn as of yet. Nice. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. How you doing? You got a little thing there, but I think I can get that out. I can still see it, so right out. It's right on the top of the jaw. Come here, buddy. That's our fourth on the feed, folks. Number 4. Yeah, it's just a little half pounder. Yeah, these are gorgeous little guys, folks. Silvers, purples, greens, little black spots. They're just gorgeous fish to catch. And you know, during the winter time, it's hard pressed to catch anything down on the river, but a couple small drum during the feed. So much easier to come down here and fish for these guys. Wait for a good 50, 60 degree day and bring those big old carp up. Gotta love it, folks. Gotta love it. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Maybe I won't stop fishing with corn as of yet. Maybe I won't. That stinker hit it pretty good, too. Shot it. We ain't got much corn left, but about maybe 10 or 15 kernels, so we're going to be fishing with artificial here very soon anyways. It's hard to get this corn on the hook too when your hands are frozen because you can't feel it. You have to do it by sight. I can't see the stuff to begin with. Go. That's garbage. That's mine. I'll grab it. Now, I was right in the middle of tying that rooster tail on too, and it sucker hit. I gotta find what I was trying to tie on. Wherever the heck it went. Oh, I didn't lose my chrome color rooster tail, did I? Underneath my rod. Not stuck in my glove. Where did that little stinker go? Way over here. I'm gonna get over here. It must have got stuck in my clothing when I was walking over there. I'll probably see that on feed when I get home. Like, how'd I lose that rooster tail away from fight? Got him. Got him, folks. These are some little guys. Yeah, that's a sardine there, folks. Oh boy. This ain't even big enough for cat food. Seriously. But it's a 5th on feed. Come here, buddy. Come here. I love those jig heads. Man, give me a break. I don't want to hurt you. There we go. We got him now, folks. Now that's 5th on the feed. I'm trying to get this rooster tail tied on, then I can check that chat, and these guys won't leave the corn alone for 5 seconds. Those sinkers are hungry. Boy, these smaller ones have got those really unique colorations on them still. They got their baby colors. At number 5, folks, a little 1/4 pounder. Get them in here a little closer for you guys. Check them out. Gotta love it, folks. Middle of the winter, water, still ice down here on this one corner, and they're still hitting. Check these guys out when you get them real close. Look at those gorgeous colorations. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Meow. There you go. Bye-bye. I think I'll tie the rooster tail on before I put the corn back, since they won't give me the opportunity to do so. Oh, Man, my hands are getting cold. My hands are really getting cold now, folks. This is the smallest rooster tail I got, too. This is like a 1/32 ounce rooster tail. This little sucker's light. Now, I'm doing this by sight, not by feel, because I cannot feel this line at all. You guys know I'm blind in one eye, so I cannot see very well to begin with. Come on. There we go. Got that tied on. Let me trim her up real quick. Another thing you guys want to do when you're using inline spinners is make sure that your tag end on your hook, once you tie a knot, is shorter than the inline spinner's blade, because that little piece of line will get in the way and it will make it so it won't spin right. Let's get this worm back out here and I'll check that chat, folks. All right, if you guys are just tuning in, we're down at O'Fallon Park in St. Louis, Missouri. This is a local pond they stock with rainbow trout during the wintertime. We caught 5 rainbow trout today, but all but one have been on corn. That's pretty good. Good. Yeah, that might be those bites I'm missing on the rooster tail that are just nipping it and letting it go. Might be those smaller trout. My right hand is frozen now from those fish, so I've got to get her to unthaw with the glove and the hot pocket. Ah, yep, that's getting cold. Ow. Ooh wee. Man. See, casting card says it at SJO. Cast says MVP. See, Scott. Scott says awesome. 18 people in, 71 thumbs up. Incredible. Let's see, Danny, what's going on? Danny says hi, Mike. And Danny MVP says hi, Mike. Danny MVP and Danny in the house. Let's see. Des says say MVP. Says message retracted. Let's see, Carl's Adventures, what's going on? Carl says, slick. Yeah, they definitely are. Slick little suckers, aren't they? Let's see, Seth says, Carl. Seth says, let's go, brother. Seth says, hey, Saving Grace. Oh, I missed you. Saving Grace, what's going on? Seth, Saving Grace says, let's go, brother. Saving Grace says, Seth. Appreciate you guys coming in, my friends, and hope you're having an awesome Friday. And we're just letting my hand unthaw. Animal stinkers. Whew. Get your hands cold really fast out here. Hey, got checked, huh? Conservation agent. Yeah, well, it's going to happen, man. There's been a few people taking 20 and 30 trout out of here at a time. I mean, they don't care if you keep a few over the limit, but when guys are taking buckets full of them out of here. Yep, exactly. I come over, I didn't even know how to check it on my application. He had to check it. Because it's been so long since I've actually been checked. I was logged out. He had to log me back in. He come over and checked and said, yep, you're up to date. You have a good day. And you see how many people are fishing, right? You and me. It ain't that much. It's like what, 14 bucks, and one day of fishing out here, you've already made up your trout stamp.
Right. I'll go ahead and put in my needs and I'll go fishing anyway.
Yep. And all that money, you know, it goes to stocking these fish, feeding them. So cleaning the parks, it ain't like it's getting pocketed. Most of that money's going to helping the fishing get better. Not all of it, but most of it. He's very nice.
Yeah. I'm sitting out the front. Give us a name.
Like, got him. Fish on, folks. Fish on.
We hit forward.
Yep. Yeah, I got that little jig head on, so it keeps him from swallowing the hook on me.
Right.
So you see that little green thing? It always gets him right in the outside of the jaw.
Right.
That's number 6 on the feed, folks. Yeah, that's a solid little half pounder. Half pounder and some change. Never say MBP don't come out here and catch some fish for you folks. That's a really silver one there. That's probably from the original first stocking. Check this guy out, folks. Get him in here real close for you guys to check out. That's a beautiful rainbow trout. Yeah, if you guys could smash those reactions right now, that will give YouTube the AI. That'll show them to push this moment on the feed. Awesome, I appreciate that, my friends. Just another gorgeous trout, folks. That's our 6 on the feed so far. Gotta love it. Let's get him in real close for you guys to check out. I haven't gotten a real close-up view of these guys yet. Yeah, he's a little dingier, but like I said, he's probably been in here since the original stocking. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. They're in real shallow, too. I mean, I can almost see them. I guess they know it's going to get cold soon. Yeah, what's it supposed to be, like 4 for a low a night or two? Like, man, that's cold. And I wish I'd have gotten another can of corn now. That's pretty good. I'll pick up one more here. Alrighty, here we go. That last cast is a little bit further out than that, not by much, just a little bit. That's better. They're holding in here pretty close, folks. Get that glove back on. I got hot pockets in both gloves, and then you like, oh, you little stinker! As soon as you hit the, oh, you guys probably saw that line shooting out. One thing about me, I tend to feed the fish more than I catch them. Seriously, I hook like 1 to every 5 usually. See if he does that again. I was like right when it hit the bottom. folks. Number 7 on the feed. Come here, buddy. Yeah, that's a thin little guy there. Jeez. Come here. Come here. Come here. I don't want to handle these guys, but man, that one had it right in the side of the jaw, and that's a hard part to get out. Number 7 on the feed, folks. Another nice one. Another gorgeous little rainbow trout. Number 7. Yeah, these guys are just beautiful. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Feeling on mine. That's about all the corn I got left right here. Yeah, this is the stuff that Jason and I were using our last feed, so that's how long it's been sitting in my daggone icebox. Which is surprising. These guys usually only hit it when it's fresh. I guess they're hungry. Let's get them back out here. It's good. Pretty good cast for 1/16 ounce jig head. Oh, hit it as soon as it hit the water. Stinker hit it as soon as it hit the bottom. Oh man, I think I got a school of them over here or something. I got a school of them over here, folks, because that hit it as soon as it hit the bottom. As soon as I started reeling it in. Oh, man. Hang on, folks. I got a school of them right now. They're hitting every cast over here. I was just about ready to go to an artificial altogether because the bite seemed to have stopped. Then again, I just moved over about a foot, casting over here. I found him again. Ah, come on, line. It's nice in the line. Doing that. Good. Faster than I can put feel it. Slow down here for a second. Get it back out here. Just let it sit there for a second. Gotta wrist the fingers to catch the fish. Ah. It's cold. Popped it. Felt him just nipping at it. I saw that. Picked it up. Cast or taking his gloves off. It's very take a rod, put them on, take a rod, put them on. Pop, buddy. Tiny. They just won't stay pinned on the rooster tail. If I saw that rod go. Too far to the right. Shot. Got him. Got him. Got him, folks. Ah, come here, buddy. That's a nice little half pounder. Ouch. Sharp. Those hooks of Steve Turner are sharp, folks. That's our 7th or We're 7th on the feed, 7th or 8th. I think this is number 8. So this is our 8th on feed, folks. Number 8. That's a nice little half pounder. Boy, she's a fat girl too. I'll be eating my corn for the last 20 minutes. Yep, starting to shake, folks. Took me a while. I'm starting to get a little bit more tolerant to this weather, but this is still cold for a 58-year-old man. Oh, yeah, let's let that one go, folks. We'll get one more view of this one before we let her go. We'll get one more view before we let her go. All right, buddy. Hey, thank you. Number 8. Number 8, folks. You know, I gotta take a break for a minute. My hands are getting cold. Let me come over and check that chat. Get my hands warm again. Especially my right hand. My right hand's the one that's handling these fish, so it's gonna get cold really dang fast. Gloves back on. Check that chat, see what's going on. It just jumped off of YouTube. Why'd you do that? Why did you jump off of YouTube like that? Let's see, Seth. Let's see, Yoshi, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Yilty says, hey, boo-boo. Let's see, Bay with the LOL. Let's see, Bay says, all good. 17 people in, let's see, and 76 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let's see, Max, what's going on? Max says temperature's 27 in Wisconsin. Yeah, it's about 32, 33 degrees right now, so we're not that far off. Let's see, Maxim says doing good. Awesome, I appreciate that, my friend. Let's see, Seth says, oh, cool. Let's see, fishing with Kaidra. Kaidra says, watching from Mississippi. Yes, this is Missouri. This is a little lake called O'Fallon Park. They stock it with rainbow trout during the wintertime. Let's see, go to channel. Let's see, Richard, what's going on? Richard says, where are you at? Looks like Frank Holland. Holden Esso. This is St. Louis, Missouri. Let's see, Kaidra says, ASE. I'll give you a little view of the lake. So there's an island out in the middle of the lake there. It goes around and around. There's a fountain over on the other side there. And it keeps going back here until you get back into this corner again. Pretty much the whole lake here at O'Fallon. All right, let's get back to the fishing, folks. How much more of this stuff I can take, folks? A lot of people fish down here because they can sit in their cars and stay warm. I don't have that option. I'm on a scooter. That's rolling out. I don't know how them things fall out. They're clamped to the side of my face by the stocking cap. Tell you what, at least there's not much wind today. Any more than about a mile or 2 per hour wind out here in these temps, and I couldn't even take it. That's not a very good cast, Michael. We're gonna let her sit. I think we still get a bite on it. Bite. Drop it though. Get it on the reel in, but drop it. Boy, that's how fast they can tear that corn up. Just tore a heck fire on all those kernels. That's good. That's a good cast, Michael. Let that sit. Let mine go. I can't see it. There it is. I'd like to get another rooster tail out here. I wanted to catch them on fishes. We're action field. By the corn. Got him. That's a nice little rainbow trout, folks. Number 9. And that's not quite a sardine. It's about 2 sardines. No worries about our hands being dry either, because after 10 minutes out here, my hands are soaking and frozen. That's number 9 on the feed, folks. Number 9. These guys are just gorgeous, folks. Nothing better to come out here in the cold and catch some beautiful little rainbow trout. Just gorgeous fish, folks. Number 9 on the feed. And ooh, slippery little sucker. That is why I try to keep a grip on that lower lip. All right, buddy. One close-up view of you before we get you back in the water. Just a gorgeous little rainbow trout, folks. Number 9 on the feed. Yep, see you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Now they're trying to keep me warm. They're hitting enough to try. This is the last of our corn. We're going to be down to artificials. I'm putting the least amount of corn I can put on there, like 3 little kernels, just enough to cover that hook. Garbage. Sticks distract the struggle. Let's see if we can break into the double digits, folks. Right. Ah, you stinker. Let him hit it more. Yeah, I'm picking up the last curves. I got left. go. Pretty good cast. Right, got him. That's a little bigger. Yeah, that's a nice one. That's a nice trout there, folks. Hey, buddy. Another one hooked right perfectly on the yacht. See that? I want to show you this, guys. This is the reason why I use the jig head when I'm using bait, when I'm fishing for trout. See where that hook is? It's right there on the outside of the jaw, so it's very easy to get that hook out, get that fish back in the water. No harm on that fish. Number 10 on the feed. So we've broken into double digits, folks. Number 10. And the reason why this fish isn't reacting to me holding him is because my hands are as cold as he is. Number 10 on the feed, folks. Number 10. Another gorgeous fish, folks. Make sure we get him on feed. Pretty good for you guys. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's go back and check that chat. Get ourselves warmed up for another minute. Get our fingertips to at least partially unthaw. Oh, man. Ah. It's just under 2 hours to break into the double digits. That's not bad, folks. Not bad at all. It's plugged in here to our main cell phone. There we go. Let's see, 21 people in and 81 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let's see, fishing with Kaidra says, hey, yes, see. Let's see, Jay Fish, what's going on? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Jay says 101, no, 10 trout. Let's see, Jay says nice, and Jay says hello. Let's see, Thomas, what's going on? Thomas says, what hello you catching? We're catching rainbow trout today. We've caught 10 so far on the feed. We're fishing at a little lake called O'Fallon Park in St. Louis, Missouri. That's a pretty good idea. Let me make sure to switch over to my main account here and do that. I at least get an extra view when I do this in my backup account. So let me get over to my main account here, and I'll pin that. I should have thought about that myself. There you go. Alrighty, let's get back to our backup account. It doesn't help all that much, but it does help a little bit. You're very welcome. Yeah, we're just giving our hands a minute to kind of unthaw. my lighter to thaw my fingers a little bit. Come on. Light. Light. There we go. The temperature's about 35 degrees, folks. Cloudy, a little bit of a breeze, but a little breeze in these kind of temps is icky. Let's see, Jay says, he gave up fishing until March. Too cold. I do it for a living, so I got to do it. So, only my dumb butt and yeah, well, pretty much me and one other person, the only two dumb people will end up be coming out here fishing in these temps. Both older folks, I guess, we're used to the cold a little bit more. Oh yeah, if I get sick, I can't go to work. That definitely makes sense. This is kind of what I do for a living, so yeah. All right, that's set. All right, I guess we'll get back to some fishing. That's not bad. Just over 2 hours to break into the double digits. Man, this jig head is so small that it goes right through the eyes of our rod. And this corn is frozen, folks. I kid you not. So it's got to be below freezing. This corn is it's freezing solid. It's going on a hook a lot easier because it's tough. It's very close to the bank. I don't know about that cast. We've only caught one on rooster tail today. The other 9 have been on corn. We're about ready to run out of corn anyway, so we're gonna have to go to artificials altogether very soon. Work this rooster tail as slow as I can across the bottom. Just fast enough to make that blade spin. what happens when you get that too close to the bottom. It's that crap. What happened to that? I think I threw some corn on it too. It's pretty good. Just didn't get it far enough out there. That's better. Man. And the little ones, they're hard to get on a rooster tail. They'll nip at it, just keeping them hooked. Soft. That was undoubtedly the biggest of the day. Unfortunately, it's a catch only on 3-pounders in the lake. Got him. Keep going. On Richard tail. Stay on. Stay on. Stay on, buddy. That's a nice one. That's on Richard tail. Come here, buddy. That's a nice one there. That's a nice pound fish. Come here. Come here. That chrome blue gets them down here sometimes. Alright, there we go. I removed the barbs off that little sucker, but it still is tough to get them out sometimes. That's number 11 on the feed, folks. Number 11. That's a gorgeous one there. That's a male too. That tip beak like that. Another gorgeous one. And I'm getting a bite on my corn rod too while I'm watching it. Number 11 on the feed, folks. Number 11. All right, buddy. Let's get you in here close for your little close up for everyone to see. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you. Another one. Another one, folks. Number 12. Number 12 on the feed. Yeah, another one we're gonna have to give him the hook, I think. Yeah, we're gonna have to give him the hook, but this one's got a little blood on it. So I'm gonna let him go real quick. There you go. Man, my hands are frozen. Yeah, I had to give that one a hook, folks. Another one that got that jig hit a little bit too deep. 2 hours and 12 minutes. Owie. Ow. My hands back in my gloves here. I think I'm just going to cast with artificials for a while, folks, because I can't feel my fingertips no more casting with the except herring, plus ain't much to fish for in Queens, New York. I got you, my friend. Those herring do hit pretty good in cold weather. Let's see, DCP, what's going on? DCP says, MBP, how's it going? Let's see, we've caught 12 so far on the feed. 12 rainbow trout. Just been over 2 hours. Let's see, Dakota, what's going on? Dakota says, hey man, glad to see you are doing great. Hope you're having a great day. I'm doing pretty good. Let's see, we've caught 12 on the feed so far. It's probably just below freezing right now, so it's pretty cold out here today. Let's see. Dakota says a guy should keep some of those deep hook trout, even if you don't want to. I know, but it's well, it's kind of the thing. I would have given them away if there was anyone around me right now, but I have my creel limit at home, which just means I can still come out here and catch and release, but I have to go home and eat a couple of them. Probably should just give a couple to my cats. I can still fish for rainbow trout. It's just I wasn't planning on using much corn. I only had like a tiny bit left. So I was planning on using rooster tails, but I don't know. They seem to weren't hitting them very well. This a little bit there now. Now they're starting to hit them better. We've only had one swallow the hook. I usually use a jig head added to that corn. Usually keeps them from swallowing the hook. Now every once in a while, one of the little sardines will swallow it nevertheless. And anyways, but I think we'll do some casting with rooster tail here for a while. Plus, it'll keep me warm in these temps. It's pretty cold right now, folks. There's no one really around. I'd have given them to somebody, but I don't see anybody around. Your daily limit's 4 down here, and your creel limit is 8. So you can keep 4, take them home, keep another 4, but then you got to catch and release until you use those at least a few of those other trout up. That's not spinning at all. Why? Just have a little muck on it. Yeah, much easier to use the chrome rooster tail because it'll they rarely ever swallow this little stinker. That was popped off on me. Dang it. There's still some trout over here, folks. And that one hook, you know how they like to do with rooster tails? They'll kind of nose up to it, just kind of smack at it with the sides of their heads. snagged up. Dang it. Popped off. Thankfully. Then my hook's out. I'd usually keep them, but I just didn't get to cooking them last time I was out. So I've got my creel limit at home still. I can still fish for trout. There's still artificials only to catch and release. Well, actually, you can still use bait. In this lake, you can use bait. It's just a lot of people when they use that power bait, they'll swallow the hook every cast. Now, with the corn, with the jig head, 9 times out of 10, you won't have to swallow the hook. And that was our first one in 12 fish that actually got the hook too deep. She still swam away pretty good. This cold water, she'll probably make it. Wing knot. Dang, seriously? What the heck did that happen? It's a cheap line. It's those are trails, real king man. And it's gonna be a nuisance getting out. Especially with my hands as frozen as they are. Tie this thing. The way my hands are, I really don't want to retie it. I'm gonna have to retie this. One of the big problems with casting a rooster tail is that it spins your line. With cheap line, you're gonna have to deal with that stuff. Just messed up. Pocket. the cheap little Ozark Trails rod and reel combo, so the line is not so good. Mind you, cast like a bullet right off the spool, so I don't really want to change it as of yet, but in another trip or two I'm going to have to. Fingers to work in these temperatures can be pretty tricky. Alright, she's tied back on. Let me just trim this line up. My clippers over here. Take a few more casts, folks, and I'll check that chat, okay? One lone duck out there in the middle of the lake. Two more casts, okay, folks? Good. Sink to the bottom. More casts, and I'll go check that cast. How's my right hand, left hand going down again? Let's do it. There we go. Dakota says the guy should keep. Let's see. I like your gear. Is that light rod or medium? That's a light rod. Let's see, big boy, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. That's an Ozark Trails. That's a it's just a 6 foot 2 inch light action with I believe it's like 6 pound test on it. Let's see, big boy says, how are you? No trains out here today, big boy. We're at O'Fallon Park down here fishing for a while. Let's see, I lived North St. Louis for 5.5 years in First Hill. I got you, my friend. See, 20 people in and 88 thumbs up. That's just awesome, folks. Can we break the 100 barrier today? See, nothing but some messages here. Alrighty. Just checking some messages. I think we're gonna move around a bit for a while now, folks. What's our charge at? Pretty good. I'm gonna keep my backup cell phone in my pocket, the way I can check that chat while we're moving around. We're gonna move back here in this corner a little bit. I'm just turning you guys down around a little bit, the way you can see the on this other angle. Popped off again, man. than a drag at the bottom it is. Let's see. Flint Hill. Let's see. Dakota says west of O'Fallon. I got you, my friend. Let's see. Dakota says thanks for taking us fishing with you, brother. Stay warm. Bye from Iowa. I appreciate you coming in, my friend. You have a great day. Let's see. Seth says bye. Alright, let's move down. I think we're going to move over to this other point over here and take a few casts from over on this side. I had a few good pop. I'll tell you what, I could take a few casts from across here. See if there's anything in here. We move over to that other side. This water's crystal clear right now. I could be about 3 feet down. It's like we in Wilson Bank. It's gonna eat all that stuff and sticks and stuff I was telling you about earlier. Yeah. Found a couple of feet from this angle. Maybe changing the angle, get them to get. I think we're right on the feed. over here to this other side. Get back in the chat here. Had a lot of chat. Catch up. Let's see, Miss Lee, what's going on? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Miss Lee says, hey, Mike. And let's see, Miss Lee says, 91 likes. We're getting there, friends. We're almost by the 100 barrier. We're getting there. We are getting there. I had to go around this guy's rods up here. Let's see, 9 people, 13 people in, and 92 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Hey.
You want to warm up?
No, I'm good.
Okay, then.
The only thing cold in me is my fingertips, and that ain't gonna warm up in there that quick. So I'm working at it. I think I got was it a 12 over there so far today.
Yeah, I see. I'm just in a bit mad. I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad the conservation agent came around.
Yeah.
Get those poachers out of here. Those guys taking those 20 and 30 fish out of here at a time. Yeah, just buy the damn buy the dang the stamp and the tag. It's ain't that big of a deal.
I get mad every year.
Me too. Mine's on auto pay, so every year it pays itself. He had to show me how to log in because I didn't know how to log in on that application. All right, let's set up here, folks. Let's see, Mike, brother, how are you? Hi, Jason. I'm doing okay, buddy. We caught 12 on the feed so far today, and you know, we got our licenses and trout stamps and everything checked. Conservation was down here today. Yeah, they weren't messing around. I guess they're getting tired of people posting down here so many fish down. Heavy duty overalls on. I got some. This is as much clothing as I can wear when I can. Any more than this, I can't move. Yeah, Jason, they were all back in that corner back there, so definitely so there's some nice fish down there in that corner too. nibble on this side. But I was getting over there by that wall. It's kind of spooky. White over here didn't get a nibble. I think so. It's getting closer to that where everything's gonna be shutting, you know, turning over.
Right.
Getting cold very fast.
Yeah, it's getting cold. You can feel it.
Yeah, corn was freezing over there, so I think it's below freezing down here. Let's see, Jason says MVP. Let's see.
Pretty good. We're hitting it.
Red Brick says 95 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. I appreciate that, my friends. And so glad you could come back in, Red Bricks. Got my line wrapped around my tripod. How the heck did that happen? What the? All right, there we go. All right, I think we're gonna try over here in this far corner. Yeah, I think they're shutting down, folks. These temperatures are going down fast. There's usually 15 people on this lake, and after the conservation agent come down here, there are 3 left. And that 3 is including me. So besides me, there are only 2 people in this lake. Shows how many people actually keep a license and a stamp on them, right, folks? Let's see, Red Brick says, been here. Was shoveling the edge of the roof a minute ago. All right, I got you, my friend. And thank you so much for staying in. I appreciate it. You know what, we're gonna push her back a little bit so you guys can see the camera angle all the way. I know the other way is probably better for the AI picking it up, but I'd rather you guys have a better view than the AI picking up all that movement. What's going on? This angle I can cast back this direction too. I have a lot of different angles I can cast for a little bit. Be great if I could get one more on the feed for you folks before I freeze out today. I've got a hot pocket in this hand. It's the only reason why it's staying unthawed. The other one I can't cast with gloves on, unfortunately. I can't make any distance. Got it. Number 13. All right, we got one more. Number 13 on the feed, folks. 13 on the feed. You know what? I'm gonna try it. You know what happened the other day, Jason, with the gloves on and the rooster tail. Number 13 on the feed, folks. Number 13, place your bets. That's one of them smaller guys, but boy, those colors are gorgeous on these guys. Number 13 on the feed. These guys are just beautiful, folks. Number 13 on the feed. Gotta love them. Check them out when you get them in real close. Those spots, those patterns, just gorgeous. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciated. Grab my glove. Check the chat here. Refresh here. Let's see, 100 thumbs up, folks. We've broken the 100 barrier. Incredible, folks. Awesome. I hope you guys are having a great Friday, my friends. Let's see. Jason says beautiful trout. Let's see. Redberg says beautiful trout. I really do appreciate that, my friends. We started at about 12 o'clock. I got a little bit more juice in me. We're gonna see if we can do a little bit more fishing. I got a little bit more energy left in me in this cold. Where was I casted to catch that fish? I believe I was casted in this direction, wasn't I? Yeah, there's ice forming in our line right now. It's entertaining to deal with. I think we were casted over here. We got a little bit more energy in me. Not a whole lot. More cast left in me. Yeah, we've been pretty much continuously casting throughout this day, even when we were using corn, just to keep warm. It's been a pretty good grind out here today, folks. 35-degree temperatures. Just a little bit of a breeze, just enough to make it uncomfortable. Not enough to freeze you. Quickly, at least. That's all popped off. Man, that was another one. Yeah, I had another one hooked there, folks. It popped off. pop. Dang it. Guys know what reason why I like fishing this cove is because of that fountain this time of year, because there's so few, no less fishing pressure. It's a lot more fun to fish. All right, I think I got just a couple more casts in me, folks. Tail. What you doing? These guys are nuts over there. I'm watching, dragging in trout after trout after trout down there. Another guy's got a cast that he's casting down there. And there was just a Missouri Department of Conservation agent down there not more than an hour and a half ago. That's just dumb. This is dumb. I think this is going to be it for me. All right, folks. I think we're going to call it. I think we're definitely going to call it, folks. See, somebody really appreciates you staying in, my friend. Let's see, Rude says beautiful fish. Let's see, Red Brick says beautiful fish. Let's see, did you ride your scooter over? Yeah, Jason, I did. And I think it's getting pretty cold. And this is the nutcase thing. Check this out. That guy's over there with a cast net. There was a Missouri Department of Conservation agent over here not more than an hour and a half ago. And he's cast netting trout. So you talk about, oh my God, that's just dumb. That's asking to go to jail. Seriously. That's just, I'm gonna zoom in on this. Isn't that just... Man. Is it worth a few trout to go to jail? I mean, I don't get it. You're going to get a ticket for keeping your over your length of limit of trout. Netting them? Yep, definitely time to go home, Red Bricks. Yep, just cast net them trout. Oh, Lord. All right, folks, I'm going to kill her. I hope you guys had, hope you guys enjoyed the show. I hope you guys had a great day. Hope you guys had a great Friday. Just gonna have my old good luck. Stay safe. Hope to see you on the water, my friends. Keep doing what you love. Keep them lines tight. I'll see you on the next one, my friends. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye.